Hello, welcome to Tea and Reflections. I've got my cup of tea here, a nice cup of Earl Grey, and today I want to tell you a story about tea, and it's a story about a man called Satish Kumar, who is a peace activist and an ecology campaigner and a writer and just a beautiful, wise human being. He's somebody who's done a lot to bring the wisdom of the East to the West, and he grew up in India as a Jain monk. And then he left being a monk, and in 1963 he had this idea that he would do a peace pilgrimage and that he would walk from India to the 4 countries of the world that at that time had nuclear weapons, and that he would present the leaders of those countries with a packet of tea, and he would say to them, before you feel before you feel the need to press the nuclear button, just pause and make yourself a fresh cup of tea. And do you know, that's exactly what he did. He set out with a friend. They walked 8,000 miles. They went to Moscow and Paris and London and Washington, D.C., and they presented tea to the leaders of all of those countries and gave their message of peace. And it's kind of a wacky thing to do, isn't it? And yet there were extraordinary ripple effects. When he came to England, he galvanised and mobilised the peace movement here, and when he got to Washington, D.C., he met Martin Luther King. It was in 1964, just after Martin Luther King had given his I Have a Dream speech, and all kinds of amazing things came out of that peace pilgrimage. And so I just feel that so often you can think your little action is not worth doing, but it totally is worth doing, because you don't know what the ripple effects may be of it. And actually, so often we can look at the challenges and the journey in our life, whatever the journey is for you at the moment, or some big project, and you can look at the end point and think, oh, it's too difficult, it's too daunting, and so it's not even worth it doing anything. It's not worth it setting out. And that way we can sabotage ourselves. And actually, I draw inspiration from Satish Kumar, because if he had thought that, if he'd thought, how am I going to walk 8,000 miles with no money? How am I going to cross the Atlantic Ocean? He would never have done his amazing peace pilgrimage, but he didn't. He just set out. And I think often that's what we need to do. You just follow your wisdom and take the first step. And after that, you take the second step. Because often the journey is more important anyway. And the destination, you don't know what it is. It could change. It's sometime in the future, and the future hasn't happened yet. But every journey of 1,000 miles, or even 8,000 miles, starts with a single step. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.